We want to give Channel 5 something different, something fresh, hip, organic.
Okay, JD, well, what's the idea?
Man on the street. It's me and a camera guy out on the town in Conway getting to know the people. But we have fun doing it with practical jokes, fun conversation, and sketch comedy.
Sketch comedy? Okay, but don't make it too silly.
Happy New Year, Conway. Conway Corporation Channel 5 has decided to kick off the new year with a new show. I'm JD Cariker. This is That1Show. I'm in downtown Conway. I've got questions. Do you have answers? Let's find out. Hey guys, do y'all have a minute? You look like you're scared of me. All right, so I'm here with
Ryan.
Ryan. And Ryan, what do you do here at Conway?
I'm a graduate student. I'm also a graduate assistant for a MSCD program here at UCA.
It's 2012. Did you make any New Year's resolutions?
No, I did not, actually. I think my only resolution I really made just to try to live my life to the fullest.
All right, and so what have you done the last 2 weeks to live your life to the fullest?
The last 2 weeks, well, I've gotten myself involved with the Occupy movement, and I've just been visiting occupation sites and then helping out any way I can there, and and what I do for fun is I just walk around and explore.
What is that doing for you?
What it's doing for me is it's making me more aware of the community that I'm living in and its characteristics. The more you walk, the more you'll notice. You'll walk into nooks and crannies. You'll see things that that may have been unexpected.
What's your favorite part of Conway? If you had to just pick one thing about downtown, what would that be?
My favorite thing would definitely be Simon Park. There just seems to be kind of an energy there, kind of a central energy. That's where, people meet, and that's where major events occur here in Conway, live shows, and there's a stage there, and it's open to the public, and I like that atmosphere.
Have you seen or heard about that movie 2012?
Didn't that play like 2 years ago or a year ago?
Yep.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, that was about according to the Mayan calendar, it's the end of the world.
Like all that floods and stuff. I thought it was a really funny movie to watch, actually.
Let's assume the Mayan calendar's right and the world is going to end. How do you, if you had a choice, like zombie apocalypse or flood or fire or earthquake, how do you think it's going to end?
I don't know. I really don't think it's going to end, though. So
let's pretend it's going to end zombie apocalypse. Yeah. All right. Do you
watch? My favorite.
Yeah, that'd be your favorite.
Yeah.
Well, let's say that's how it's going to end. Do you watch zombie movies?
Yeah.
Okay. What are the three things that you would stock up on in case that does happen?
Definitely defense, security, weapons, defending your territory, and from zombies. And things might get crazy, things might get tribal. You gotta defend against other tribes. It'll just be anarchy. There'll be no concept of ownership.
Let's say one of your roommates or friends gets bitten by a zombie. Would you shoot them, or would you try to contain them in hopes for an antidote?
Well, that is definitely a solution. You could definitely contain them.
What kind of food would you stock up on?
Seeds, canned food.
Like Spam?
I don't really like Spam.
No matter what, zombie apocalypse, you're still not eating Spam. I appreciate you spending time with you. Anything you want to say?
I hope I didn't look stupid.
What's your name?
Tabitha.
Tabitha, where do you work at?
American Management Corporation.
Did you make any New Year's resolutions?
I did.
And what would that be?
Quit being so judgmental.
Quit being so judgmental. So how have you done so far with that?
Not so good.
Not so good? When do you think it's the end of the world?
I don't know. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. Okay, let's say The Mayan calendar is right. How do you think the world will end? Earthquake, hurricane, zombies? What do you think?
It'd be sweet if it was zombies, but that probably wouldn't happen. Just off the biblical stuff, the blood or the moon turning into blood and all the fish in the sea dying and biblical stuff.
Okay. Let's say it's zombies, because you said that would be kind of cool. Are you prepared if there is a zombie apocalypse?
Pretty much not, no.
Not well. If you were to stockpile like 3 things for a zombie apocalypse, where would it be, and where would you stockpile?
I don't know.
What do you think's important? Have you watched any zombie movies? Like, okay, well, what do you think's important for a zombie apocalypse according to the movies or the TV shows?
Water, food, and guns.
Guns, good. So where do you think would be a good place to hold up for in case for
Police department down the street.
right?
That'd be
Okay,
good.
police department would be good. If one of your sisters was bitten by a zombie, would you shoot them, or would you try to let them live and hope for an antidote?
I'd probably shoot them and put them out of their misery, and then that way they couldn't bite me either.
That's
So
right.
It's a win-win situation.
Good. Win-win. That's right. I agree with that. I think if somebody gets bitten by a zombie, they need to be shot.
Right.
End of story. Oh, look at me obeying the law. Dina, do me a favor. Okay, so this is 2012. Did you have a good New Year's Eve?
Yes, I did.
All right. Can you tell us on TV what you did?
I hung out with my little girl.
Awesome. How old is your little girl?
She's 6.
6. That's all my little girl is 6. Awesome. All right. Well, okay. So, did you make any New Year's resolutions?
Yes, just to be open about who I am, and I'm a not hide who I am anymore. I'm a strong Christian woman who happens to be gay, and it's been hard to be out in Conway, Arkansas, but my friends are really supportive, and I'm just going to be that this year.
Do you think it would be a hurricane, earthquake, zombie apocalypse? What do you think?
We're supposed to be lifted up, so maybe hurricane. I don't know.
Hurricane. Let's for fun pretend it's a zombie apocalypse.
Zombie apocalypse.
3 things. What would it be?
Water and Spam, because it lasts for a long time.
Okay. And what's the last thing? So you got water and Spam that lasts forever, and the third thing? Remember, this is a zombie apocalypse, so you're going to need something to fight off the zombies.
I guess a lighter, maybe.
A lighter?
Something that makes fire.
All right, because zombies need to be torched and burned. Okay. If there's a zombie apocalypse, where are you going to take your 6-year-old? Where are the 2 of you going to go hide?
Go find a cave or something. Is there any caves around here?
I don't know of any caves here close. I'm here with
Michael Ball.
Did you make any resolutions for 2012?
I'm planning on losing a lot of weight.
All right. And what are some things that you've done so far for the first few weeks to make sure that happens?
Well, I've gone on a diet, cut back eating quite a bit, and stayed on it for 2 weeks. I'm happy right now.
Well, good. Have you lost any weight since the first of the year?
Now I've lost 10 pounds so far.
That's fantastic. That's a little over a pound a day. You keep that up, that'll be quite a year.
Well, it'll slow down right quick, I guarantee you.
Well, that's good. Well, congratulations, man. That's great. This December, the world is supposed to end. What do you think about that?
Well, I know they're intelligent and everything, but they couldn't figure out how to stay around themselves, so I'm not really worried about it.
How do you think the world will end? Do you think it'll be the earthquake or zombie apocalypse, hurricane, cyclone? What do you think?
I think it's going to be a fervent heat like the Bible says.
For fun, let's say it's a zombie apocalypse. Have you ever watched any zombie movies?
I've seen a couple.
All right, it's a zombie apocalypse. What are the things that you would store up, and where would you go in Conway in that event?
Well, I'd have a lot of Spam, I guess, and then a lot of bottled water.
Okay.
And shucks, I guess I'd stay over around UCA or something like that, so I can go building the building, I guess.
All right. Well, let's say you've still got one more item. What would that? I mean, with trying to fight off zombies, what do you think would help keep them away?
I guess a shotgun.
There you go. All right. Shotgun, Spam, and water. Are you married?
Yes.
All right, let's say your wife is bitten by a zombie. Now, do you have an idea as to whether you would shoot and kill her, or would you try to keep her alive and hopes for a vaccine?
I'd try to keep her alive and hope for a vaccine.
All right. How long have you two been married?
14 years.
14 years. Well, congratulations. That's fantastic. Let's do this. It's first of the year, my first episode. So I'm going to ask you some first questions, see if you can guess. Some history stuff. All right? All right. So you know what? Let me just pull them out here. I can remember them easier this way. Who was the first person to sign the Declaration of Independence?
John Hancock?
John Hancock. You sure it wasn't Herbie Hancock?
No.
Who was the first person to sign the Declaration of Independence?
John Adams?
John Adams. All right. Do you know who the first person was to sign the Declaration of Independence?
Thomas Jefferson.
Thomas Jefferson. All right. All right, good. All right. All right. Who was the first person to sign the Declaration of Independence?
John Hancock.
Not Herbie?
Not Herbie.
So who was the first person to talk on a phone?
Edison?
Thomas Edison?
Yes.
Thomas Edison. Okay.
What do you define the telephone? I mean, first, but I mean, I don't know that either. But
Do you know who invented the telephone?
supposedly Graham Bell or something.
Okay. All right, Graham Bell. All right, so we'll go with that. Graham Bell was the first person to talk on the phone. If he invented it, I figure he probably talked on it first. Oh, so you're going with Alexander Graham Bell.
Right.
Final answer.
Final answer.
All right. All right, next question. Who was the first person to set foot on the moon? I don't know this one, so you just guess.
Armstrong.
Lance Armstrong.
No.
No? That sounds right.
Cool guy. No, it's not. You're trying to.
No. Okay, well, Herbie Armstrong.
No. It's not it.
Tom Hanks? You're sure it's not maybe Kevin Bacon?
Yeah, pretty much not it.
Maybe the character he played in Apollo 13?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I've never seen it either. I didn't see 1 through 12, so I didn't see the reason to see the 13. Who was the first American president?
Abe Lincoln?
Abe Lincoln, first American president. Abraham Lincoln. He wore the tall hat, chopped down the cherry tree. Cannot tell a lie. Who was the first American president?
Well, George Washington.
George Washington. He was the one that wore the tall hat and the big black beard.
No. He was, well, he wore a powdered wig.
That's right.
Wooden teeth.
Wooden teeth? I did not know that. How do you know he had wooden teeth?
I got a major in history.
Oh, all right. So you're a history major. So what else could you tell me interesting about George Washington?
Oh, man, at first, they used leeches at his death, sucked the blood out of him, and probably caused him to die a little quicker than what he would have.
And what did George Washington die of?
He had a bad cold, and it turned to pneumonia, and he died.
And the leeches made it worse.
Yeah, they sucked the blood out of him. He didn't have blood to fight the disease.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Sorry. Okay. No, don't be sorry. Yeah, I guess the public education.
Called me over here.
When are women first able to vote?
Whoa. Early 1900s, right?
Early 1900s? Women are first able to vote when they're 18.
I know that.
Well, that's what I asked. When are women first able to vote?
Oh, I thought you were saying when women started to be able to vote.
And now it's time to go behind the scenes with That One Show. Or better yet, behind the camera. See, this is my first TV episode, but my cameraman's done this before. So we want to find out from him what he thinks of the show. Were the questions good? Were the answers good? Did I have something between my teeth and he didn't tell me? What was the meat of the show? What was the quality? What does he think? Am I going to win an Oscar? Those are the type of things we're going to find out from our cameraman. So, Jason, what do you think?
Not bad.
Well, that's it for our first episode, Conway. I hope you learned a lot today. A little bit about what's necessary for a zombie apocalypse and a little bit about history. You know, Conway, I've got a challenge for you. Come find me on the streets and see if you can answer my questions about pop culture, current events, your neighbor, and anything this dome desires. So follow me on Facebook or Twitter and see if you have the chance to tell your friends, hey, I was on That One Show.
Hey, I was on That One Show.
I was on That One Show.
Hey, I was on That One Show.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, that's not gonna work. No.